Nobody 2, 2025. The film opens with Hutch Mansell living quietly again, suburban routines masking sharpened instincts beneath polite smiles. After the fallout of his last rampage, he promises peace to his family, repairing trust through small gestures and honest effort. Yet violence remembers him. A mysterious robbery at a river port triggers buried alarms, revealing a syndicate rebuilding old networks. Hutch notices patterns only hunters see. When surveillance photos arrive at his door, warning him to stay retired, he realizes retirement is a lie. The tone balances dark humor with tension, setting a world where consequences linger and debts resurface again today. Hutch investigates discreetly, reconnecting with old contacts who owe favors and fear his name. His wife Becca senses distance returning, insisting on honesty this time. Their conversations ground the story emotionally, showing stakes beyond bruises. Clues point to an international courier ring laundering money through forgotten cities. A ruthless lieutenant named Alara orchestrates operations with surgical calm. She studies Hutch's past, respecting his skill while planning his removal. Parallel scenes show her efficiency and Hutch's preparation, sharpening suspense. When a trap nearly kills Hutch, he accepts the truth. Escalation is inevitable, protection requires offense, and family safety demands action now. Alara's boss, an unseen financier called Meridian, accelerates shipments using brutal intimidation. Hutch follows a lead to a snowbound rail yard, staging a silent takedown showcasing improvisation and grit. The action is raw, punctuated by humor and pain. Evidence reveals Meridian's plan to consolidate criminal assets nationwide. Hutch calls his father and brother, requesting limited help, setting boundaries to protect Becca and the kids. Family bonds strain yet hold. Alara confronts Hutch briefly, trading respect and threats. Their duel is postponed, promising escalation. The narrative widens, positioning Hutch against a machine rather than individuals alone with power, money, fear everywhere. Becca refuses to be sidelined, demanding transparency and contingency plans. Her strength reframes Hutch's mission, grounding him when rage beckons. Meridian targets the family indirectly, forcing evacuation and trust in old safe houses. Hutch trains rapidly, adapting tools from household objects and environment. Montage sequences highlight ingenuity over brute force. Alara pressures Meridian to let her handle Hutch personally, hinting at rivalry within the syndicate. Meanwhile, authorities circle, suspicious of Hutch's movements. A tense interrogation scene tests his restraint. The film deepens themes of choice, partnership, and accountability, asking whether violence can ever truly protect love without consuming it entirely inside. Hutch strikes Meridian's logistics, sabotaging depots and rerouting cash, causing internal chaos. Alara responds with precision attacks designed to exhaust him psychologically. Their chess match escalates through night markets, factories, and highways. Hutch spares low-level workers, exposing his code. Alara notices, questioning her own loyalty. A brutal ambush leaves Hutch injured, forcing Becca to step up during escape. Her calm under fire redefines heroism. Meridian orders total annihilation. The midpoint confrontation pits Hutch and Alara together against shared enemies, forming an uneasy alliance. Trust is thin, temporary, and transactional, but necessary to survive the oncoming storm of relentless violence. The alliance fractures quickly as secrets surface. Alara admits Meridian manipulated her rise, exploiting loyalty and ambition. Hutch recognizes a mirror of his past. They execute a daring sting at a floating casino, combining stealth, misdirection, and explosive improvisation. Action peaks with close-quarters combat and environmental hazards. Evidence obtained exposes Meridian publicly. Authorities move, but corruption slows justice. Hutch ensures his family escapes safely, prioritizing life over vengeance. Alara disappears amid chaos, leaving a choice unresolved. The film pauses to examine aftermaths, injuries, and guilt, emphasizing survival costs beyond victories and body counts that linger long after credits roll. Meridian retaliates by hunting Hutch relentlessly, forcing final confrontation. Hutch lures him to an abandoned industrial dam, a symbolic place of power and control. Traps are clever, brutal, and efficient. Becca coordinates remotely, equal partner now. Alara returns unexpectedly, choosing to end Meridian herself. The three collide in a tense standoff, dialogue replacing gunfire briefly. Meridian's philosophy of domination clashes with Hutch's protection ethic. Violence erupts decisively. Meridian falls, not glorified, but exposed and small. Alara disappears again, wounded yet free. The sequence underscores accountability, showing evil ends not with spectacle, but with consequence, choice, and human resolve prevailing finally. Aftermath unfolds quietly. Investigations spread, networks crumble, and headlines fade. Hutch returns home changed, injuries healing slowly. He repairs ordinary things, finding peace in routine again. Becca and Hutch renegotiate boundaries honestly, stronger together. The kids sense stability returning. Alara's fate remains ambiguous, a ghost choosing freedom over power. Humor returns gently, acknowledging absurdity of survival. Hutch declines revenge opportunities, breaking cycles deliberately. The film emphasizes restraint, portraying heroism as choosing life. Final images mirror the opening, but lighter, suggesting growth. Nobody too argues violence may answer threats. Yet wisdom lies in stopping when necessary, preserving family, humanity, and self. Stylistically, the sequel sharpens its identity, blending grounded choreography with comedic beats. Bob Odenkirk's performance leans weary, controlled, and human. Supporting roles enrich texture without overshadowing. The script avoids excess, focusing on cause and effect. Action scenes emphasize geography and pain. Music underscores irony rather than triumph. Themes of masculinity evolve, rejecting ego in favor of care. The film critiques systems that reward cruelty, highlighting complicity. Nobody Too stands as a character study wrapped in thriller clothing. It respects intelligence, trusting audiences to connect dots. The message is clear. Strength is restraint, survival is love, peace requires effort daily always. In conclusion, Nobody Too delivers a mature continuation that values consequence over chaos. It expands Hutch Mansell's world without betraying intimacy. The story balances humor, brutality, and heart, refusing easy catharsis. By centering family and choice, it reframes action cinema expectations. The ending offers earned quiet rather than spectacle. Hutch survives not because he kills best, but because he stops when needed. The sequel honors growth, suggesting violence is a tool, not identity. Nobody Too leaves audiences entertained yet reflective, considering what peace costs and who pays it. Ultimately, it paints a thesis. Redemption is ongoing work, protected through love.